Hi, this is Fabian with Bare Bones Yoga. This is another short video in my sequence called Strike a Pose, where we'll break down yoga posture and learn how to do it together. Today I'll be talking to you and demonstrating crow pose, which is also called Bakasana in Sanskrit. Crow is a challenging balance for sure, but it's definitely able to be done by people with all different levels of yoga experience. Crow is a strengthener for the upper body. It also helps us tone our core, and it requires a good amount of concentration and focus. So from that perspective, when we focus our attention on one thing, it can provide an aspect of meditation as well. So one of the other things that I like about crow is that it really is an expression of a lot of the alignment and technique that you'll see in other things you do in a yoga sequence. So while crow is asking us to balance on our hands and to bring our elbows in, it's a similar alignment you'd see in movements like moving from high push-up to low push-up. You'll even see some of the same shoulder alignment as you might see in eagle pose, where you wrap your arms and drop your shoulders down your back. So the expression of crow is really, in a lot of ways, the integration of all of the proper body mechanics and alignment that you'll have in many of the other yoga poses that you do in a traditional or typical yoga class. So let me break down a crow for you. As I said, crow requires similar alignment from what we see when we move from high push-up to low push-up. So coming from downward dog, you'll see when you move to high push-up, your hands are shoulder width distance apart, your shoulders are stacked over your wrists, and you begin to move lowering, hugging your elbows in, so your arms are at right angles and they're bent. We see this similar alignment in crow pose. Starting from a squat, we bend our arms like low push-up, and you'll put your hands about shoulder width distance apart, just like in high to low push-up position. And you'll lift your hips up, placing your knees on your triceps. Then from your tippy toes, you'll draw the belly in, that's the core awareness piece, and you'll lift the toes off the mat. Beginning to look forward, dropping the shoulders, that's where you'll see some of what you might do in an eagle pose. Lifting the chin just a bit and straightening the arms as much as you can. So you may say, well, I really can't move smoothly from high push-up to low push-up. I'm modifying that movement by dropping my knees to the floor like this. Dropping the knees, hands are still shoulder width distance apart, moving forward as you lower. That is a modified high to low push-up position. So if you're working to build the strength in your upper body to do that movement, what you might try is try crow on a block. Crow on a block lifts you a little bit higher off the floor. You can still start from a squatting position on the block. Bend your arms, bring the knees to the upper arms, and then lift one or both feet off the block. Begin to look forward, draw the belly in, and release. Another way to modify crow is simply to leave your feet on the ground. Placing your hands about shoulder width, bending your arms, and lifting up. So here we have the proper alignment of our hands, our shoulders, and our arms. The knees are pushing into the triceps, but we're not really lifting off the floor. We're kind of playing with coming into the full pose. Maybe lifting one toe, or lifting the other. So you'll see every pose really has different ways to illustrate the full posture. You could be modifying the posture, you could use props like a block. As your entire yoga sequence shifts and changes, and as you become more comfortable in the alignment of different positions, you'll find that your expression of other postures may shift and change as well. But the important thing is to try to not get too attached to what the postures look like, and instead just make a commitment to practicing on a regular basis and enjoying the benefits that you receive, and hopefully the relaxation benefits as well. If you have any questions, please contact me via my website at barebonesyoga.com. Namaste.